Hello everybody. So I have a new snap to show you for the day. Now I've been getting pretty heavily into snaps and just homemade blasters in general, as you saw by the last video I did, which was on this, which is the contract blaster commission trade that I did with AC Nerf Shop. You can check them out in the description box below. So that is a rainbow variant. And this is a snap bow. And this I actually finished before I received that. I just haven't gotten around to making a video on it, quite honestly. But it is a really cool blaster. There were a couple things that were going through my head when I made this. I already have, well, I had, excuse me, had a snap bow at the time, but it was just a little too boring, and that one was pretty beat up. So I wanted to make something a little different. So I came up with this. Now this is, the body is a normal snap, and it has normal pullback and everything. But if you'll notice, this is actually an RSCB all up along the top here. And eventually I'm going to have a cutout and a breech so I can load it just like this, but I haven't gotten around to getting the materials for that yet. So right now it's just loaded from the front. But I can take the barrel off, and the way this was designed is to be completely modular. So I can remove everything, and now it's a normal snap. And I can put, I don't have other stocks made for it right now, but I can make another stock for it. So this is going to be my all-purpose normal pullback plunger snap. So let me show you the air seal. So it's perfect, pretty much. Now it's actually pushing my hand off the lip of the end coupler there, which is why it's still moving. And you won't be able to hear it on camera, but there's air that's actually going around my hand. But it's got a really, really nice seal. Now, right now, there's only a K25 in it, and that's because I moved the trigger too close, and I couldn't get enough compression out of the K26 because there would be like an inch of plunger movement left. But I'm going to unscrew the trigger and move it forward a ½ inch, and then I'll have more room for spring compression. Because if that didn't make any sense, the pin is here, and the spring stopper is here. So that's the maximum room I have for a spring, whereas I'm going to move the pin a little further out, so I have more room for a compressed spring, and then I'll be able to use a K26, whereas when I had it on before, there was like an 1.5 inches of movement before it would make contact with the back stopper, because that's what the compression rate was doing. So right now it has a K25 in it, but it's getting, if I throw a breech on it, it gets about 80 feet flat with slug Steffens and a K25, which is really pretty low. So I'm hoping once I move the trigger forward and throw the K26 in there, I should get at least another 10 feet out of it. And here's where the fun stuff comes in. This is stopped at the back with just some hot glue and a little bit of FBR. And then it plugs in quite nicely like that. Throw the stock on it, and now it looks like a normal snap, except this is extended the full way. And it's still, it does bend, yes, because it's just ½ inch PVC, and the clear type, the clear type isn't quite as strong as normal PVC, but I'm not really worried about it. I wouldn't say it would shatter or anything. I'm going to load it up with a few streamlines and a few Steffens, because I don't have a ton of Steffens on hand, and show you just how massive this clip is. It just holds a ridiculous amount of darts. Now, I didn't count, but I would estimate at least 20 to 25 Steffens. Alright, so that's that. And I'm actually going to stand up to fire it. So it's got quite a draw, even though it's just a K25. And it's very, very powerful. Now, with the RSCB, it hits about 75 flat rather consistently with Steffens for the first half or so of the clip. Ooh, that was a good one. And then it bounces down to about 70 feet at the latter half of the clip. So this was the theory behind it, was since you're going to be tilting it down to use it anyway, that would feed the RSCB. And it works flawlessly. The inside of my barrel is beveled a little bit to allow for proper feeding, and I haven't had a single, whew, that's a new problem. I haven't had a single problem with it jamming or anything. Oh, I can just screw that in, that's not a hard fix. So, I'm hoping once the K26 goes in there with full compression that I'll get at least 85 feet out of it at the back end of the clip, and hopefully more like 100, but that's probably pushing my luck. But it doesn't hurt to dream, so I can just go ahead and do that. The construction on this is excellent. I'm not worried about a thing, and my old snap really just looked pretty crappy and beat up, and I think this one looks really nice. Even with the epoxy putty around the handle, that doesn't bother me at all, and it's really comfy. Now, I don't like the vertical foregrip thing. I've always been a shotgun grip guy, so I debated putting an additional larger grip down here just in a shotgun style that wouldn't be movable or anything, just for comfort and aesthetics. But I decided against it. I like this more simple look, and I'm sure some people will disagree with me, but it's my snap, not yours, so I will build it the way I want. One of the other things I want to do is create a different style of stock for it down here, exactly like the one I made for AC Nerf Shop, because I think that would be cool on a pullback snap. So that's pretty much it for this video. Just giving you an update. This is a really cool blaster. I love snaps, so anybody that's even remotely interested in homemades, go make yourself a snap. They're a lot of fun. I'll post a link to Nerf Haven in the description below for one of the various snap threads, because there's many different ways to make snaps and different kinds of snaps. But I'll just post one of Carbon's basic ones. So that's that. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.